No matter
your
the
life,
circumstance,
your music.
nor the situation, you are special. And today, we're taking all the doubts away. Right now. If all your life somebody told you you'll never amount to nothing, and somewhere down the line you begin
Fresh
to
FM Radio
believe.
You are listening to
So
The
you
Wayne Hall
started
Show,
to
where
act
information meets
just
music.
like nothing. You took the easy way, but look where you are today. God can make something wonderful out of you. God can make something out of nothing. He's the same today as he was yesterday. And if you don't believe me, ask Moses about the Red Sea. Just ask the Hebrew boys about the fiery furnace. The power of God showed up and set them free. God can make something wonderful out of me. If you feel like life is whipping you and you're stumbling over everything you try to do, and somebody keeps saying there's just ain't no way. Oh, but Judge just said, whatever you ask in my name, I will give it to you. God can make something wonderful out of you. Oh, God can make something out of nothing. He's the same today as he was yesterday. And if you don't believe me, ask Moses about the Red Sea. Just ask the Hebrew boys about the fiery furnace. The power of God showed up and set them free. God can make something wonderful out of me. So right now, we're taking away all the doubts, all the low self-esteem, all the hesitation, anything that produces fear. We're taking it away from you right now. And this is my testimony to the world. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's the same today as he was yesterday.
Ooh.
And if you don't believe me, ask Moses about the Red Sea.
Just ask the Hebrew boys about the fiery furnace. The power of God showed up and set them free. God can make something wonderful out of me. Oh,
God can make
yeah.
something out of nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Same today as he was yesterday.
And if you don't believe me, ask Moses about the Red Sea. Just ask the Hebrew boys about the fiery furnace. The power of God showed up and set them free. God can make something wonderful out of me.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music. Meets music. Meets music.
Down in the night too long, seems as though all over was gone and then you came. Oh yes you came. You pick me up, you turn me around, you place my feet on solid ground. When you came, oh when you came. Now I'm saved by the blood of Jesus.
FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Fresh FM, Radio London.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music. You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music, meets music, meets music.
Yes, indeed. Good. Hello and welcome. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for yet another edition of the Wayne Hall Show. Coming to you on Fit FM 96.7, Trelawney's Radio, FitFMJA.com, your life, your music. Linkage Radio 101.75. Hello to my Linkage family. Fresh FM Radio London, Rudy Page and the crew, and everyone locked in. Hype FM, the right FM. Frankie Lex, big up yourself, you and your audience. You choose. You cannot lose with You Choose. You Choose Radio. Good evening. All right. And welcome to everyone locked in. EnergyRadio1.com. Fenton Troy, what's up, my brother? Big up to yourself and your audience. Also want to say a big shout out to everyone locked in on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, hello and welcome. If you're on TikTok, big shout out to you. Good evening and welcome. And if you're on Facebook, the Wayne Hall Show page or Wayne Hall personal page, hello and welcome. Thank you to everyone who's liked and or shared the Wayne Hall Show. We appreciate you. All right? Now, big up everyone who is locked in. You know, we always kick it off with that little inspirational gospel music. But tonight, I'm warning you, it's going to be a night of a boatload of information. We have lots of guests joining us on Zoom tonight. And our guests will be sharing on a variety of topics, ladies and gentlemen, from women empowerment to epilepsy to Garvey, the Marcus Garvey Annual Symposium. This is where the information is tonight. So you might need to just hit up somebody and say, hey, look, all the stuff you need to know about is happening on the Wayne Hall Show tonight. Come on and join. All right. So I'm going to get into some commercials and then I'll be back with my first guest of the evening on Zoom. It's going to be Miss Sandra Taylor and company, and they're going to be talking about an event you've seen me promoting. It's a woman empowerment event taking place March 28th. We'll be back. I'll tell you what, we'll be back after these, okay?
Oh, baby, when loving you is all that's on my mind.
This Mother's Day weekend, get ready Atlanta. Join us Sunday, May 10th for a special Mother's Day celebration featuring the legendary Manhattans. Live in concert, performing love songs like Kiss and Say Goodbye.
Let's just kiss and say goodbye.
Shining Star.
Oh, my shining star, don't you go away.
Don't Take Your Love, and many more. The Manhattans live in concert, Sunday, May 10th, this Mother's Day. Tickets will be available soon, so save the day. Taking place at the Lonzell Performing Arts Theater, 3993 La Vista Road in Tucker, Georgia. Sponsored by Caribbean Marketplace.
Hi, are you looking for a tutoring center where your child feels supported, confident, and ready to learn? You have found the place, JP Lloyd Learning Center. We are proud to share that we were voted best of Gwinnett in tutoring centers. This honor means so much to us because it came from the parents, the families we served. Here, we don't just tutor, we build confidence, we encourage, and we meet students right where they are. Come see why families trust us. We can't wait to welcome you to JP Lloyd Learning Center.
Reggae night, we come together when the feeling right.
That's right, Reggae Night.
Reggae night,
Featuring Maxi Priest, Glenn Washington, and Philip Malvo. Performing at the Lonzell Performing Arts Theater, 3993 La Vista Road in Tucker, Georgia. Yes, that's Saturday, April 18th. General admission, $60, all right? So be sure to lock in for this Reggae Night.
darling, please consider me. Ooh. Baby, let's go.
real taste of the Caribbean. The flavors you grew up with, the ingredients that make your meals feel like home. Then welcome to Caribbean Marketplace. At Caribbean Marketplace, we're proud to serve our community with 3 convenient locations across the metro area. In Latonia at 2618 C-Max Cleveland Boulevard. Our Atlanta location at 5790 Old National Highway. Or stop by our Douglasville store at 6920 C Douglas Boulevard. No matter which location you visit, you'll experience the same authentic Caribbean vibe and quality selection. Brands like Grace, Lasco, Walker's Wood, Chief, Maggie Seasoning, Beta Pack, and many, many, many more. We offer a wide variety of Caribbean produce, including yam, green banana, breadfruit, callaloo, chocho, and scotch-buttered peppers. And when it comes to ackee, we are the only ones that carry 14 different brands of ackee, like Linstead ackee and Spur Tree, just to name a few. If you're stocking up for your restaurant, wholesale is available. For more information, visit CaribbeanMarketATL.com and connect with us on social media using the hashtag CaribbeanMP. So come shop where quality, culture, and community come together every single day. That's Caribbean Marketplace.
That's right. And a big shout out to Caribbean Marketplace, 4 Seasons. A big shout out to Midnight Production because they are bringing us these great reggae shows and more than reggae, R&B. Look at the Manhattans. Yes, coming to us on Mother's Day. And let me tell you, Lanzel, it's a beautiful place. You're going to want to dress nice. Even for the place, it's classy. Yes, Hollywood style. Mother's Day comes your way. And then we have April 18, Maxi Priest, Glenn Washington, and Anthony Malvo. So a big shout out, man, to Caribbean Marketplace sponsoring these great shows, impacting our community in a great way. Let me jump on over to Zoomland and say hello and welcome. And let me make sure I have all my guests. I think I'm missing someone here. Let me see. Shows 2 joined. Why? Jacqueline is here. I'm not seeing. Somebody's not showing, I think. Hello, Miss Jackie. How are you?
I'm doing really good, Wayne. How are you?
Doing well, doing well, doing well. Thanks for joining. I'm
Wonderful.
looking for Sandra. Where's Sandra?
Yes, I'm sure she's trying to join.
Okay. I sent her the same link. I hope she's not having any trouble. Otherwise, we could get her in on the phone. Where are you, Sandra? Okay. But in any case, let me just tell the audience briefly that we're here to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, let's see here. Let me jump back over to my main screen. We're here to talk about this event that I'm about to put on your screen, Women Moving to Greatness. You can see it. All right. And it's all about women empowerment. So let me just try to make this a little bit easier for folks to see. Let me move it out the way a little bit. I got quite a few of them, so there we go. Now I can move it to actually between us. All right, and so welcome. And I know Sandra isn't here yet, but speak to us about your connection with this movement and a little bit of background and what led to the Women Moving On to Greatness event.
I have known Sandra Mays Ricketts for probably over 20 years. And in the UK, she used to host some phenomenal events for women. And in those events that she used to host, it was just life-changing as women came together from business sector, from church sector, just community. And it just empowered and equipped them to get to where it is God has them to be. And so that's my kind of connection, over 20 years of relationship with her. And also being someone for over 30 years that is passionate about seeing leaders and women equipped, walking in purpose, knowing who they are and making an impact.
That's right. And we have Dr. Diana Watley.
Yes, good afternoon. Oh, from what I hear, it's like 1 o'clock where you are, sis.
Yeah, it's 20. I thank God. Thank God for daylight saving, so that it kind of reduced it a little bit. So it's like 12:30, 20 past 12. So not as bad as it could have been.
Yes.
Wow. So you are actually in the UK, Jacqueline.
Yes, I am. Yes, London, born and bred. But parents were from Jamaica. Always said, listen, I'm born in the UK, but my heart there yard. And so I just put that out there.
Wow. Okay. Well, welcome. Thanks for staying up late. Dr. Diana Watley, talk to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the connection with the event.
Yes, so Miss Sandra and I met about 24 years ago. So I'm from Atlanta originally. And I met Miss Sandra at Applebee's, and we were just always kindred spirits. So you're talking about 24 years of just her just being who she is, mentoring me. And I've been in the women empowerment industry for now. I celebrated 20 years December 13th. So I've traveled the country speaking to young girls and women. I started with young girls, but I had an epiphany. I said, I can train your daughter to be a better person. But if I have to send her back to the same parent, I'm working backwards. And that's how I got to women empowerment. And I am just blessed to have served people for 20 years now.
Awesome. Awesome. And so this makes for a great coming together of the minds here, because from different angles, we're able to have influence on our next generation and also those who are, nurturing. So what's Women Moving to Greatness? Tell us about the concept as discussed. I mean, I'm still hoping she joins us, but tell us about the concept as discussed, I'm sure, with Sandra.
Yeah, she's trying to get in now. We were texting, so she dialed out and dialed in, but I can't speak to her concept, but from what I know from her, from what we share as just women, we have to get past, the issues that ail us in life. Listen, it doesn't matter whether you choose to win or lose. The pain that is for you, the trial that is for you, the difficulty that is for you will still find its way to you. You're going to be stretched whether you choose the winning box or the losing box. And so as Miss Sandra and I sat down over 2 months ago and spoke about the vision, I said, listen, sis, I don't even have to speak. Let me host it. Let me set the atmosphere, because what all women need to know is that no matter what you have endured, no matter what you will endure, God has something so powerful for you, but you have to be in the vein of moving forward. And so I'm certain, again, I won't speak for her, but women moving forward is, listen, take up your bed, lie in it, and let's get done what God needs you to get done so that you can have all that he wants you to have.
Amen to that.
Yes.
Wow. Welcome, Sister Sandra.
It's how come me get left out? It's all no left me so.
No, man, you don't get left, man. You're right, just in time.
I try hook up. We are all know. We don't know. I got made. Hi, Miss Jackie. Diane, you can speak for me, sister. You know me. All right, blessing on blessing.
Right. So, we are bigging up Miss Jackie all the way from UK, staying up late. We have Dr. Diana Watley here in the ATL. And Sandra, tell us quickly about yourself and this concept of women moving on to greatness.
I just came off my Bible study about an hour, so my spirit is full. So we give thanks. God's been good to me. I just celebrated my birthday last week, 63. So God is good. I'm pressing on. So
happy birthday. Happy belated.
Yeah, man. So I'm going to drop a little Jamaican chat because you know how we talk. So we give thanks, and I'm excited. Miss Jackie coming in next week from London. My good friend Miss Diane, I just hit her up this evening and told her to join. So I appreciate she put little mama to bed. So I'm glad you're here with me. And I've got another speaker coming from California. So God is good. I've been trying to plan this for the past 2-3 years. So it's finally on God's time. So we're gonna be having this event for International Women's Month. And the theme that God gave me for this year is you've got to go through. You've got to go through. I started this in London in 1997, almost 30 years ago. Miss Jacqueline can share with me, and we've had different events from London. I've been here. I came to Atlanta in 2005. My mother passed in 2005, and then I got married here in 2006. I've been here for a good while now, and I've been going back and forth. The past how many years. I lost my husband in 2024, so it's been a challenge the past year or two, just going through and just dealing with life. But God's grace and mercy has really kept me. So I've been moving in faith, and I'm staging this event, and I've just been taking one step at a time and just letting God have his own way. We're going to be looking at entrepreneurship for women, marriage and family, finance, health and wellness. I have my spiritual mothers. They've been married for almost 50 years. In fact, they're getting ready to go to London. I'm not sure if they're going to be here, but I have another spiritual mother. Her and her husband are going to come and share on family and marriage. I have a good colleague who's going to take care of finances, and then Miss Jacqueline Pitt's going to share her ministry. She's a good sister. We go back a long way. So a woman who I respect to the max, and also Miss D, Miss Diane, that's my good sister. So we're just gonna have a great time. Women are coming. We have men coming through too. So we're now left out them on them.
So I noticed on the flyer there wasn't an address. Where is this taking place?
It is this. It's going to my marketing gentleman. There's two. It's on Cascade Road, 838 Cascade Avenue, and that's Southwest Atlanta. 3031. 303 Cascade Avenue, 838 at Vickers Community Hall. Because there's actually 2 pages to the flyer.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just looked it up because we had to amend it a few times. So it's on Cascade Avenue, 838 Vickers Community Hall. And I've done several events there before. I haven't done anything since 2015, but they know me quite well. So the people that run it, they're a church group, and I forget the pastor's name. So they've allowed me to come in the space and put on my event. And we're gonna have a great show. We've got vendors coming displaying their businesses. And I met a young gentleman today, a really young boy. I was on the road doing some business, and he was out there trying to get some money together for his mom. He said his mom's lights was about to get cut off, and he came up to me and said, "Man," so I gave him my phone. He was a little boy, 13 years old, and he shared with me, and I told him to ask his mommy to call me and see how we can help. So that's what I'm about. I'm about helping women move on. I'm from a family. My late mother had 11 of us. I'm not quite the wash belly, but 8 girls and 3 boys. So we grew up together and sharing, and I have Jacqueline can share, and Miss D, I have a very, very great passion for women, helping them in their personal life and in business. I also do prison ministry. We go to the prisons. I have a church group that I work with doing the food outreach, working with the homeless women and men. So I really have growing up with 7 sisters. I'm the baby sister, but I keep all of them in order. So we came, where you come from has a lot to how you develop and live. Being Jamaican, my mother and father came to London in the Windrush area, and when they were so how London State wasn't easy for them to come through, nor black, nor Irish, nor color, nor dog. So when you look back from where you come to where we are now, so we really have a lot to be grateful for to God. So I'm just trusting him to have his own way, and to whoever's to come out, we're gonna bless them and feed them and look after them and deposit something in their spirit, in their belly, so they can go on and move on. We don't just want them to come and say, "Oh, it was good, the food was nice," but what have I put in you to help you carry on to the next stage? When you go home and your light bill due and you don't know where the money's coming from, but you're gonna trust that something's gonna come through for God to make a way. So it's really about, excuse me, just helping women and people where they're at to go through everyday life. You see what's going on now in the economy in the country, and people are really destitute. People are losing hope. They don't know how to go through the gas. This situation, our gas prices high. People ain't got money to buy food. There's just so much challenges. So the fact that we're sitting here on this platform speaking to you, Mr. Wayne, and we're here as sisters together, seeing how we can collectively come together and win together as women. And sometimes some of us women can be challenging, but it's okay. We're going to work collectively to see how we can help our next sister come through, or our next person, and show them that there's greater on the other side. The best is yet to come. And so long as you wake up every morning and you look up and you trust God, He's going to bring you through.
That's
He's
right.
going to bring you through. I mean,
Yeah.
even trying to put this whole event together, you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that. But
Yeah.
I just want to take one step at a time. Just
There
one
you
step
go.
at a time. Because guess what? This is the moment that I'm in. And God has given me this vision since 1997. So the fact that He's given me the vision, He's gonna make provision for us.
Yes, he's not gonna leave
Yeah?
you. He's not gonna
No,
leave you hanging. We know
definitely
that for a
not.
fact. And on the day, because it's March 28th, right? It starts
That's
at
correct.
10 in the morning.
10 in the morning till
That's
3 in
right.
the afternoon.
And Miss Diana, the MC,
Yeah, man.
how would you pitch this to and all the men and women that you'd like to attend? Why should they be there?
The fact of the matter is, none of us are immune from what life will bring. And so I oftentimes say we try to pray when we're in crisis. And we need to know that the foundation is before you get in crisis. And so wherever you're going through, wherever you are in whatever season you're in, whether you're up or down, come get what you need to transition to the next level. For years, I've been saying with every blessing, there's a burden. So you're right around the corner from what you need to be great. But if you don't have foundation, if you're around people who do more gossiping than they do talking about purpose, I say for a while, Wayne, listen, I'd rather sit at a table with people who talk about purpose and prosperity than other people. And so it's time that you change your surroundings, change what you hear in your ear gate, change what you see in your eye gate. The only way you're going to make it and get to the next level is putting yourself around people who want to see you prosper. We are no longer in the season where we can pitter patter, teeter tatter, and just be around situations and people who don't want to go higher. Without God, we are nothing. Miss Sandra just said it. And I am literally, I do not play any games with being aligned with women, especially because they always say we can't connect, right? That's not true. When you know who you are in God, you can connect with any woman. But this event is going to show you what's next. A lot of people, Wayne, is asking, what's next for my life? How do I stand with all the chaos that's going on? You stand in knowing your why, and you stand in knowing why God put you in your why. And so I'm excited just to be a part of anything Miss Sandra brings to the table. I'm just excited to be around like-minded women who want to see others grow and prosper, because you can't get blessed unless you are a blessing to others. So come out, see us, come hear what the message, whether it's the love and relationship, whether it's a financial seminar, whatever you get, I promise you're going to get something that's going to take you to the next level. And I'm excited.
And you know, ladies, I did plan to say Happy International Women's Month, and then I got hung up on Miss Sandra not being here to hear it. But Jacqueline, tell us, are you going to be here in person, or will?
I am.
Okay,
Yes,
so
I
you're
am.
going to be hitting the traveling to get here. Safe travels. But tell us, you're coming across the what? Which ocean is this? The Pacific, the Atlantic, maybe all of them?
Atlantic,
for this
yes.
event. So tell us why, tell the audience why, if you can make it so far, why should we attend from your vantage?
Oh, wow. I love that question. I think that I'm coming because I know that this is God-led. It is God-ordained. And so that's number one. The other reason why I think that people should come is that there is going to be such an impartation. You heard Sandra say, this isn't just about hearing a good word or good teaching. I really believe that there's going to be an impartation. And there is something about when women of like-mindedness come together, it releases something. So often we think we're the only one going through, and then all of a sudden you hear somebody else going through. And I know that's not, in some ways, kind of weird that you hear somebody else going through, that you should be kind of like not pleased about it, but there is something in that that makes you know I'm not alone. And I also, to help people to really make sense of it and navigate the journey through crisis, trauma, whatever, that there is an answer in Him. There is a way through the word for me. So I would encourage people to come. I'm coming all the way from London, And I'm saying for across Atlanta, even in other states that are listening, I want to say to you, come and experience something real. The one thing I love about Miss Sandra, she's real. I'm a girl that's real. I love real talk. I don't like to dress up fancy something, 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 and you ain't going nowhere. I love the real deal. You're going to get real talk, real tools, real conversation. And I pray that there will also be an opportunity for us to pray because I believe in the power of prayer.
What will the day look like, Miss Sandra, before we go? What will the day look like?
It's good, you know. It's been a challenge, you know. I'm gonna say this. I almost cancelled it twice, but God said to me, "I have to go on with it," you know, because it's you know my sister passed on the 12th of January in London. One of my sisters, she had a series of strokes, and you know, God bless her, she gone on. And then I just left London last year, August. So to fly from Yesser to London, not cheap. Yeah. So I just wasn't able to go back but it's okay. I'm planning to go in October, God's willing. And I have my brother and my eldest sister came from Jamaica, my other sisters, and it was so nice. One of my sisters said the only thing missing was Sandra. So that really touched my heart when she said that. So I'm just, as Miss Jackie and Miss Diane said, I'm just trusting God to have his own way. You know, you know, this has been a long time coming. This has been like 3-4 decades of just life and just things that have happened to me since I've gotten to this junction. And I was a premature baby. I was the only one premature out of all my mother's children. She had 11 of us, and I was the only premature one. And sometimes I think back on, you know, what my mother had to go through. And if she had given up, where would I be? Where would we be? So when you look at, you have financial challenges, you have all kinds, but you just have to know that God's gonna bring you through.
Where
You
can
know,
we find more information? Is there a number we can
if
call?
they go on to Eventbrite, Women Moving On to Greatness on Eventbrite, and I'm not giving the phone number because I know how that might go. So I'm gonna give Women Moving On to Greatness. They can go on Eventbrite, and I have an email. And I've just tested it. So if they go on to Women Moving On to Greatness, it all comes up. They can book there. They can register for a ticket, and the email is WMO. So W Women Mother Orange WMO Events 5@gmail.com. And my marketing gentleman, he had to work today, so he couldn't join me. So WMO Events 5@gmail. They can email us. We will get back to them, and they can go on Women Moving On to Greatness at Eventbrite. So I've had lots of response, and people are coming through, and some said they were coming, but they can't make it. But I'm just going to leave it to God. Who's to come through will come through. And whoever comes, they know they're going to be fed. And we're going to have some praise and worship. And we're going to have some church. Because, you know, when people come, they got to be saved as well. Times are short now. You don't know if the next 2 seconds is going to have you. So it's really about bringing women in. And as Miss Jackie and Miss D said, you got to be real. That's all you have. You have to be real. We don't play sitting.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking with Miss Sandra Ricketts Taylor, Miss Jacqueline Peart, and Dr. Diana Watley. They're all going to be actively participating. Let me put the big flyer up on your screen. Women Moving On to Greatness, taking place March 28th, and it's going to be at 838 Cascade Avenue at the Vickers Community Hall. We hope you support them. I want to shout out Melanie Folks saying, true, she chose to be on the winning side no matter what she's going through. Amen. Deposit something in their spirit. So shout out Melanie Folks Clark, Janice O'Shea. Yes, thank you, Janice, for typing in the address for us. Happy 63, she says. Happy birthday. And at the Vicars Community Center.
Vickers
I thought it was
Community
Vickers.
Center.
Okay.
Vickers,
Thank you for
Vickers.
typing that. All right. And a shout out to everyone else checking this out. Ladies and gentlemen, in lieu of time, we got to go, but this sounds exciting. I hope it's going to be a great day. I'll see how my agenda looks as far as passing through. But thank you for making time to speak to us this evening, Atlanta, and this morning, Jackie
Well, thank
in
you, Mr.
London.
Wayne, for
In
inviting me,
London.
and I thank Miss Jackie all the way from London, UK, and Miss Diane, my good sister. And we just give thanks because despite what we're enjoying, we have so much to give thanks to God every day. So we'll whoever comes through, we're gonna serve you and make sure you have a great time, and you're gonna be fed well spiritually and otherwise. So just come and fellowship and enjoy the togetherness, and we can move forward as women and folks together.
Amen.
It's going to be a great
Amen.
start to something great. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your work. Thank you
Thank
for your
you.
effort.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you,
Okay,
Miss
Thank
Jackie.
you
all
very
the
much.
best.
God
Blessings
bless
and
you
blessings.
guys. Take
Thank
care.
you
All
for your
right.
time.
Amen.
See you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Sweet, sweet
Good night.
Jamaica.
Thank you, Mr.
If you're
Wayne.
craving a real
God
taste of
bless
the
you, son.
Caribbean, the flavors you grew up with, the ingredients that make your meals feel like home, then welcome to Caribbean Marketplace. At Caribbean Marketplace, we're proud to serve our community with 3 convenient locations across the metro area. In Latonia at 2618 C-Max Cleveland Boulevard. Our Atlanta location at 5790 Old National Highway. Or stop by our Douglasville store at 6920 C Douglas Boulevard. No matter which location you visit, you'll experience the same authentic Caribbean vibe and quality selection. Brands like Grace, Lasco, Walker's Wood, Chief, Maggie Seasoning, Beta Pack, and many, many, many more. We offer a wide variety of Caribbean produce, including yam, green banana, breadfruit, callaloo, chocho, and scotch-bottle peppers. And when it comes to ackee, we are the only ones that carry 14 different brands of ackee, like Linstead ackee and Spur Tree, just to name a few. If you're stocking up for your restaurant, wholesale is available. For more information, visit CaribbeanMarketATL.com and connect with us on social media using hashtag CaribbeanMP. So come shop where quality, culture, and community come together every single day. That's Caribbean Marketplace.
Honey, you are my shining star. Don't you go away. No, baby.
Come on.
Wanna be right here where you are till my dying day.
All right. Yeah. Hey, I'm Troy.
I'm Gerald.
I'm Weeze.
Together, we're the Manhattans. And we're inviting you to join us Sunday, May 10th, Mother's Day, at the Lonsdale Performing Arts Center in Tucker, Georgia, where we'll be singing all of our greatest hits.
Oh, yeah.
See you there.
Hi, this is Anthony Malvo. Caribbean Marketplace presents a thing called Reggae Night at a place called Lanzell Performance Arts Theater, 3993 La Vista Road, Tucker, Georgia, April 18th, 2026. You'll be entertained by Maxi Priest, Anthony Malvo, and Glenn Washington. It's going to be great. Make it a date and don't be late.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Anthony Malvo alongside Glenn Washington. Also, the one, the only Maxi Priest, man. Reggae Night looking good in the ATL. Want to shout out Linda Dowsett. Thank you for tuning in. Melanie, Folks Clark. Good evening, girl. Yes, you were led here tonight for a reason. You'll be there. You need it. Thank goodness. There you go. Like we always say, if it's even one person that benefits from something, we're happy. All right? If it's even just one. Okay. All right. Also, want to shout out First Lady Michelle. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Hey, the J.B. Johnson. Big up yourself, the J.B. Johnson. Norlene Thomas, how are you? Good to see you. Good night to you too. And yes, thank you for the wishes of a great show. It's going to be a great show. I have the greatest guest on tonight. I'm about to bring you the next guest, Miss Karlene Williams Sears. Keith Cole, big up yourself. Rastafari, greetings and blessings to you too, my brethren. All right. Tracy Ann Clark. All right. Thank you, Tracy Ann, for your kind donation again of items for Jamaica. Thank you, girl. Driving all the way from North Carolina to drop them off in Atlanta. We got to mention stuff like that. Sorry. Cherise Panchan Owens. Good to see you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Up next, we're going to have a SWAN moment. Who knows what SWAN means? If you tell me what SWANs mean, you might. I'm not going to guarantee it, but you probably could get a ticket. But let's go on over to Zoomland where we have, let's see here, let me get this out the way. And I want to bring up the SWAN flyer instead. All right, so there it is. Okay, I'm going to put it between us right there. Good evening and welcome, Miss Karlene. How are you?
Hi, doing fantastic, Wayne. Doing great, doing great. And you're doing awesome things in Radioland in the city. So it's great to be here.
Man, that backdrop makes me want to not be where I am right now, though.
Yeah, I'm on the cruise
Thank
ship.
you. All righty. So I have the flyer up. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger for the audience. Yes, there, that's good. Without blocking our very good-looking faces. There we go. So, let's see. St. Hugh's High School Alumni Association Atlanta chapter, ladies and gentlemen. And
That's right.
they are bringing us a luncheon. Yes. And that's why Miss Karlene is here tonight. And we're going to
Yes.
be, we're delighted to just talk about this tonight. And, you know, I tell us a little bit about the association. Give us the short version of the St. Hugh's High School Alumni Association Atlanta chapter.
Okay, so thank you so much again, Wayne. So the Atlanta chapter of St. Hugh's High School Alumni Association, we were formed 35 years ago. This is our 35th anniversary celebration. And it was really with the intent of keeping the spirit of St. Hugh's alive among alumni living in the Atlanta area and also parts beyond even. And we have members in Savannah and also South Carolina, not just in the Atlanta metro area. So our mission really was to support our alma mater, also to foster sisterhood because we come from the inimitable St. Hugh's High School, right? And
I love
and
it.
we also want to give back educational and through educational and community initiatives, just to uplift the lives of young women. So pretty much that's us in a nutshell.
I love it. And I'm sure that there too was the mission, right? A lot of the
Yeah.
mission was embedded in that response. What has been the impact of the chapter over the past several years?
Well, over the last years, or the last 35 years, really,
Wow.
our chapter, we have been committed to giving back to the school through various initiatives, really, that support academic excellence and student development. Not many of your listeners may know, but St. Hugh's was and still continues to be the only girls' school to have won Schools Challenge. So we hold on to that and we'll always hold on to that. We have bragging rights in that regard. And so just as important as offering these initiatives is the fact that we continue to create and hold on to our bond of sisterhood. And so we've built that through our membership. Our chapter has created a very strong community. We have fantastic Saturdays monthly. And so that's a way of us keeping or maintaining the connection that we have with our members who are in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta and beyond. So we support each other professionally, personally, and also in service to others.
Loving it. That's right. That's right. And so 35 years is not an overnight thing, man. This is how does it feel? What does it mean to be at 35 years of doing this?
Well, we have another first as being the first alumni organization on record to have been established in Atlanta. So that's another thing for us to hang our hats on. So celebrating 35 is truly special to us. It represents decades of sisterhood, service, commitment to our alma mater, St. Hugh's, and it really is a moment for us in this Women's History Month to honor the vision that our founders had and to really celebrate the many women who have carried that vision forward, really through mentorship, scholarships, and community support.
So, okay, and so you're speaking to, I guess, the importance of celebrating these milestones. So, congratulations, by the way, on your two number ones. Let's see if there's more coming. So, why is it important to like to big up the 35s, like we'd say?
Well, thank you, Wayne. So milestones really give us an opportunity to reflect not only on how far we have come, but also to recognize the individuals whose dedication have made this possible, right? So it also inspires us and the next generation because these are baby hairs that you see here, right? So it's to inspire the next generation coming up behind us to continue with that legacy of leadership, of service, and excellence that really defines us as St. Hugh's women, as SWANs.
I love it. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the St. Hugh's, there's a flyer on the screen as well. High School Annual Alumni Association Atlanta chapter. It's Karlene Williams Sears representing. So let's talk about the actual event coming up. What can guests expect from the 35th anniversary celebration?
Well, I can tell you for sure that it will be a wonderful morning, afternoon, celebrating legacy and leadership. We're going to honor our founders. We're going to honor our most senior members, who we lovingly call our ladies of wisdom. And we'll also hear from a couple of distinguished speakers. We have Dr. Joseph Whitaker, who is a renowned Jamaican scientist, and he's also a transformational leader. He's really done a lot of great work at Morgan State University. And so and then our second speaker is St. Hugh's SWAN, and she is a dynamic communication specialist, and she's currently Assistant Director of International Affairs at Hartsfield-Jackson, Miss Naomi Francis. So she'll be speaking to us as well. So guests will also have great music from Gregory G, who is our DJ, and also we'll be joined by saxophonist Jamie Parker. They'll get a delectable meal. Dr. Chris Parker is going to be our MC for the event. So as I mentioned,
that's a whole show right there.
Exactly. So everyone just needs to come out, support us. You'll be missing one of the signature events of the year. Dare I say, a can't miss event.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
So speak to us about the sisterhood and the role they've played in the success of the organization. We're so used to the old boys and the mix, but just purely sisterhood. Talk to us about the role that plays in your success.
Well, sisterhood plays an integral part of everything we do. The shared experience just of attending St. Hugh's creates that lifelong bond. I mean, several of us, we're still in touch with fellow SWANs who have gone on, and we're just essentially doing life together. Maybe be it in Jamaica, here, we just have that connection that fuels our commitment to support each other and to give back to the school that helped to shape us into the remarkable women that we are today.
Love it. So it's a legacy that keeps on giving and it goes on from one generation to the next, like only the swans can. Ladies and gentlemen,
Absolutely.
students, women, achievers, navigators, that's what SWAN means. And
Yes.
I tell you what, 35 years is great. And this sisterhood is strong. I can sense that. In
Thank
terms
you.
of what you've got going for you right now, what do you hope to see for the future of this
Mhm.
St. Hugh's High School Alumni Association
Mhm.
Atlanta chapter?
Absolutely. So we hope to continue growing and
Mm-hmm.
engaging younger alumni. And also, we want to expand our impact through mentorship and support for the school. And so, the goal really is to ensure that the legacy of leadership and academic excellence continues for many more generations. And I have to add to Wayne that we are a 501c3. And so we look for opportunities to give back, not only in Jamaica, not only to St. Hugh's, but locally. And so we have a couple of initiatives here in the city of Atlanta, which is really, really exciting, for us to engage with the local community that way. Mhm.
Wow, good stuff, good stuff. Well, as we're having the conversation, is there anything else I might not have asked you about that you'd like to share before we wrap this up, other than go get your tickets, everybody, and let me put up the big flyer while you do that. Is there anything else you want to share?
Well, Wayne, and thank you for asking. So, as we celebrate 35 years, we're really reminded that this organization was built on vision, on dedication, and a deep love for our school. And so we're just really, really grateful to all our members and supporters and partners who have helped us to sustain this legacy through, the attendance at our events last year. A couple of years ago, we had Ernie Smith. And so our hope really is that the next generation of St. Hugh's women will continue to lead, serve, and make a difference in the communities for many, many, many more years to come. And so that is what we have worked hard over the past 35 years to do, and what we hope to continue in the future.
Yes,
Oh, and
indeed.
by the way, we are giving away 2 tickets, so I will leave that up to you to decide, how you'd like, and could ask a question on what I've mentioned or what our theme is. Yeah, I'll leave that up to you though, Wayne.
So you're saying we can give, sorry, you said we could give away a
Yes,
ticket?
two
All right.
tickets, a
Okay,
pair of tickets.
good.
Yes,
A pair of tickets. You hear
yes,
that? That's so swan-like.
of course, of course. Fidelitas is our motto.
Oh Lord,
Yes,
I
yes,
love it. I love
yes.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Karlene Williams here. Thank you, representing St. Hugh's with their couple of firsts, first and only to win the school challenge quiz as a female institution, and also the first female alumni in
The first
ATL.
alumni, female, male, yeah, the first
Oh,
alumni.
in
Yes,
formed in Atlanta.
yes, on
Wow.
record, on
On
record.
record. All right.
Yes,
I'm gonna send out the fact checking machine and but thank you so much. It's been a great
you're welcome.
conversation. I love your
Great.
passion and I wish you all the best on the 28th.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, by the way, we did extend the ticket price, the early bird, so it's $70. We listened, we considered the price of gas,
Okay.
so we made adjustments. Yes.
So
So,
it's through.
and so to purchase tickets, you would go to tinyurl.com, simple, tinyurl.com/St. Hugh's Alumni, ALUMNAE. Easy, easy.
That's right. Awesome. And so the 70 price tickets goes until when?
Um, let's see. Well, we will keep it at that.
Okay. All right.
Yes. And so, yes, for now.
Okay. Well, thank you again. It's been a pleasure. All the best.
Thank you so much, Wayne. Awesome.
welcome.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. St. Hugh's High School. One of our guests this evening talking about their upcoming event. This one right here on your screen. It's gonna happen at 6500 Vernon Woods Drive in Sandy Springs, Georgia. And you can get your tickets, and the price of $70 is still ongoing, even though we're past March 15th. All right. Okay, up next, we're going to have the GCAHC, the Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Coalition. They're going to be talking to us about their upcoming tea party. Right, they're going to talk to us about their tea party. And so let's take a quick break and go back over to them, right?
Hi, this is Anthony Malvo, Caribbean.
Oh, baby, when loving you is all that's on my mind.
This Mother's Day weekend, get ready, Atlanta. Join us Sunday, May 10th for a special Mother's Day celebration featuring the legendary Manhattans. Live in concert, performing love songs like Kiss and Say Goodbye.
Let's just kiss and say goodbye.
Shining Star.
Shining oh, my shining star, don't you go away.
Don't Take Your Love, and many more. The Manhattans live in concert, Sunday, May 10th, this Mother's Day. Tickets will be available soon, so save the day. Taking place at the Lonzell Performing Arts Theater, 3993 La Vista Road in Tucker, Georgia. Sponsored by Caribbean Marketplace.
Reggae night, we come together when we're feeling right. Reggae night, and we'll be jamming till the morning light. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wide world. Oh, darling, 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 please consider me. Ooh. Baby, let's go. Yes, ma'am. Away from don't be confused, no. The way is clean.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening. And thank you. Auntie P, I see you over there on YouTube checking out the win also. Jabi, our Jab, where can we buy tickets? Oh, okay. She did go into, you could get tickets, thank goodness. Because I just saw your message at Jab. Yep. But also, everyone on YouTube, TikTok, a lot of you on TikTok, good evening and welcome. Thank you for checking out the Wayne Hall Show. And everyone on Facebook Live, Melanie says she wants, okay, I'll definitely share that flyer again. All right. Okay, so the Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Coalition is having a couple of things on their agenda. One of them is a tea party. And I'm going to go over to my next guest, Miss Selena Andrews. I hope I said that right. Hello, Miss Selena. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
We can't see you.
Oh, sorry. Let me fix that.
Yeah. But good
All
evening
right.
and welcome to the show. Okay, I know you.
I know you.
Oh, Lordy. I said I didn't recognize the name, but now that I see who it is, I know you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, wow. Tea party, huh?
Tea party.
Tell us real quick about the Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Coalition and the mission it serves.
Well, basically, we're an umbrella of
Yes.
or the others, all the other Caribbean associations, and we try to do things that's going to preserve the culture. We try to be active within the community and give information and bringing everyone together. And we also do just different things for entertainment, for us to all just get together and have a good time.
All right, good deal. And so coming up, and let me try and put the flyer on the screen here. There it is. I'll try to make this one big enough because we do have space between us. There we go. Let me expand this for the audience. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Tea Party flyer. This is the event we're talking about, and it's another of our events taking place on March 28th. So
Yes.
tell us what we're in for, Miss Selena.
Well, last year was really great. The ladies came out, and you know how we like to get pretty and do our thing, show off our
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, so yes, it was a lot of that. We had a lovely caterer that did the table settings. They're called Beautiful, TEA, Beautiful, and that all the table settings were just, oh my God, it was just gorgeous. Every table was a different thing. And we had speakers that came, motivational speakers that came and spoke, different women. We had a violinist. We had an opera singer. We had, what else did we have?
Mm-hmm.
We had guest speakers. We gave some awards
Okay.
for the service in the community from some of
Nice.
the attendees. And we had lovely tea. We had tea and scones and the nice little sandwiches. It was really nice. It was a nice time.
All right. So, um, the proceeds of these events, how is that used? What does this go to?
Okay, so this is a fundraiser for GCAHC. So we do different events to give back to the community. We have a seniors give back. We do. We also do the opening ceremony. That happens
Right.
every. Yes, we do the opening ceremony every June. This year, I think I'm not sure if they gave you the itinerary, but this year the opening ceremony is June 7th, and
Okay.
it's at the GPTC DeKalb Conference Center this year. It was at City Hall before, but things are changing, so we couldn't get that location. But the proceeds from the Tea Party goes to pay for that opening ceremony event that is free to everyone. So we take on all that cost and make sure that happens every year.
Awesome, awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put this on your calendar. It's the Tea Party, courtesy of the Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Coalition. And as she told you, they are involved in activities like the opening ceremony of the Caribbean American Heritage Month here in the ATL. So, tell us about the cost and where we can get tickets.
So the cost of the event is $50. If you have the flyer, they have the contact information. I believe it's Jocelyn Martin, Tracy Letsom, Monica Trotz, and Marjorie Douglas. Those are the contact names on the flyer. You can purchase the tickets via Zelle. We do accept, if we need to, we can work something out for Cash App, or you can pay at the door.
That's right. All right. And so, um, very good, very good. Looking forward. It just sounds classy. I remember the pictures last year.
Gosh, it was so nice. We had a Caribbean CLTV. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Caribbean Focus
TV.
TV
Okay.
was there last year, and he captured all the magnificence that was there. I believe all those pictures also are on GCAHC's page on social media, Facebook. that should be there. So you can go there and review the last year's tea party.
Right. And you know, I remember looking at the picture and say, wow, why do I feel like they were at the Kentucky Derby?
I'm telling you, those ladies know how to dress for a tea
Yeah.
party. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesomeness.
Now,
Awesomeness.
I will do this. I will say this. Just because it's a tea party does not mean that the men cannot attend. We had a handful of men come last year. We welcome the men to come and sit with us and just take in all the beauty, you know?
I know. Why not? Anything else before you go, Selena?
Well, I really want to thank everybody that comes out to these events in the Caribbean community. It really does mean a lot. It makes a difference for all of us. You know, it's many islands, one people, right? Divided by water. We're
Yes.
divided, but we're joined by the culture, right?
That's right.
So a good thing that here in Atlanta, we have such a great community of Caribbean people here. And I'm just so very thankful that we get to have people like you, Mr. Wayne Hall, to come and let us have your platform to share all the events and all the things that we're doing in the community. I want to give a big thanks to Caribbean International Shipping that's doing a lot for the community. There's other organizations like Caribbean Georgia Votes are always trying to keep us up to date with what we need to know, being Caribbean citizens here in Georgia. And you have people that's trying to keep us fit, like Patrice Peters with her Wine Walk Run event that she puts on every year in Piedmont Park. Kitswani does her fitness classes to keep us in shape so we can be ready for Carnival. Patrice, what's Patrice's name that does the Carnival?
Patricia Henry.
Oh, Patricia Henry. Thank you, Patricia, for letting us be able to come and jump up and have a good time, keeping the culture a fun time during that time of the year. And I just want to thank everybody for just coming out and supporting all the events that's going on in the Caribbean community here in Georgia.
Selena, thank you. Good luck with your tea party this year. Ladies and gentlemen, going down March 28th, 2 to 5 p.m. at the Vibes Event Center, 7300 Stonecrest Concourse, Suite 106 in Stonecrest, Georgia. And tickets are only $50. And you can contact Miss Joycelyn Martin, Miss Monica Trotz, Tracy Letsom, or Marjorie Douglas. And their phone number is right there on the flyer. All right. Well, thank you, Selena. You have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the Wayne Hall Show.
You are very welcome. Glad you made it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, more to come right here on the Wayne Hall Show, including a conversation on epilepsy with the GCAHC and a representative, Miss Natalie Beavers. I hope I got that right. Joining me next. And then don't forget, at the bottom of the hour, Mr. Stephen Golding will speak to us on the upcoming Marcus Garvey Symposium, the third one. And he'll be here again. We'll hear from him coming up as well. We'll be back right after this.
Reggae night, we come together when the feeling right.
Mr. Wayne Hall.
Reggae night, and we'll be jamming till the morning light. Oh, baby, it's a wide world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Oh, baby, it's a wide world. Oh, darling, 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 please consider me. Ooh. Baby, let's go. Yes, ma'am. Away from
April 18th, all right?
Sweet Jamaica.
If you're craving a real taste of the Caribbean, the flavors you grew up with, the ingredients that make your meals feel like home, then welcome to Caribbean Marketplace. At Caribbean Marketplace, we're proud to serve our community with 3 convenient locations across the metro area. In Latonia at 2618 C-Max Cleveland Boulevard, our Atlanta location at 5790 Old National Highway, or stop by our Douglasville store at 6920 C Douglas Boulevard. No matter which location you visit, you'll experience the same authentic Caribbean vibe and quality selection. Brands like Grace, Lasco, Walker's Wood, Chief, Maggie Seasoning, Beta Pack, and many, many, many more. We offer a wide variety of Caribbean produce, including yam, green banana, breadfruit, callaloo, chocho, and scotch bonnet peppers. And when it comes to ackee, we are the only ones that carry 14 different brands of ackee, like Linstead ackee and Spur Tree, just to name a few. If you're stocking up for your restaurant, wholesale is available. For more information, visit CaribbeanMarketATL.com and connect with us on social media using hashtag CaribbeanMP. So come shop where quality, culture, and community come together every single day. That's Caribbean Marketplace.
That's right. And again, big shout out to Caribbean Marketplace, man, with all them Akis over there and sponsoring big shows like the Manhattans on Mother's Day and the Maxi Priest, Glenn Washington, and Anthony Malvo on April 18th. Look out for the merch coming your way, the Reggae Night merch. Yes, that you can purchase on Reggae Night. Yep, stay tuned for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go join our next guest, Miss Natalie Beavers, and say good evening and welcome. Good evening and welcome, Miss Natalie. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Wayne?
I am well. Let me see if I can. I need to get your flyer up here. Yes. So there it is, perfectly sitting right there below us. I love it. Yep. All right. Epilepsy 2026 Epilepsy Community Resource Day, and that's what we will be focusing on, ladies and gentlemen. But Natalie, tell us a little bit about you and, your connection with this movement.
Yes. My name is Natalie Beavers. I am born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I am the founder and president of Angels of Epilepsy nonprofit organization, and I am also a board member of the Morehouse School of Medicine Epilepsy Community Advisory Board. So on Saturday, March 21st, there will be a special day. It is the Morehouse School of Medicine Epilepsy Community Resource Day from 11 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. right at Morehouse School of Medicine right in Atlanta. It is a free event. All you have to do is just register. And there will be several meetings, several raffle giveaways, several vendors available within the health and wellness community, advocates, some special guest appearances and so forth will be present. So we definitely would love for those within the Atlanta and surrounding areas to join this great event. Definitely on Saturday, March the 21st.
That's right. And it's funny. It's almost like it came around so quickly.
Yes.
But speak to us about what's the prevalence of epilepsy like, and why we should be mindful, of this condition, and the fact that we need to gather information like this, participate in events like this.
Yes, absolutely. I've been living with epilepsy for 44 years now. And for those who may not know, epilepsy is a neurological condition that deals with the brain. A lot of people when they hear epilepsy, a lot of people say, what is that? But it's where someone has seizures, in other words. It's inactivity within the brain. So, again, I've been living with it for quite a long time, and there's so many people being diagnosed. 1 in 26 people has epilepsy, and there are more and more people across the U.S. being diagnosed each day. So it's at a risk, especially within the minority community. It's also at a risk as well. So we definitely want to have an outreach to many people to let them know about epilepsy and seizures, even if they may not be diagnosed, but it's also just good to know about epilepsy because anyone at any time, at any age, any race can be diagnosed with epilepsy at any time. It doesn't matter. So that's another purpose of why it is so important to let people know about epilepsy and seizures, and also too about the different events that are going on definitely around in the Atlanta area.
Absolutely. I tell you what, like you say, you mentioned seizures, and a lot of folks hear epilepsy and think seizures, but there's a very important difference because seizure could be a sign of epilepsy, if I'm right, but epilepsy is not necessarily seizure. Seizure is more like a one-off
Well, what
incident
they
or
say is,
symptom.
so what they say is you have to have, if you have more than two seizures, you definitely need to consider seeing a neurologist because you could be diagnosed with epilepsy. But anyone could have a seizure. Say, for instance, if you're a sports athlete, football player, basketball player, and you're overheated, or just someone that is just overheated in the sun, your body can have convulsions and you can have a seizure, and that could be it. But many people, those people rather, who have more than two seizures, you need to see a neurologist because there could be something, going on within the brain, and they need to do further testing like an MRI scan, an
Right.
EEG, CT scan, and so forth. So that's when the neurologists go into depth when it comes to giving the diagnosis. But yes, anyone at any time could definitely have a seizure.
What are some of the good resources available to us here at Morehouse School of Medicine on Saturday?
There will be definitely nonprofit organizations like my organization, which is Angels of Epilepsy, as well as the Epilepsy Foundation of Georgia. Also, we have Emory, Morehouse School of Medicine. We have Emory as well. I believe Grady Hospital will also be available at this event. But there will also be advocates, there will also be mentors, and a whole bunch of other people, such as parents, caregivers, survivors, speaking on the panel discussion, sharing their journeys and things of such. So it's going to be a variety, of information that people can get from each kind of network within the epilepsy community. So it will be absolutely great.
Are there any myths or, taboos that might be incorrect or, that you would like to just shed a little light on? What are some of the mis interpretations about epilepsy that you and the epilepsy community have to deal with?
Yes. So, like I stated before, I've been living with epilepsy for 44 years now, right? So that was in 1982. I was 5 years old. So back in the day, they used to put a spoon in my mouth, and
Hmm.
they say Natalie is going to swallow her tongue. That's a myth. That's not true at all, guys. When I
Oh
became
no, I'm
older,
too embarrassed.
when I became older, I was like, how can I swallow my tongue? So I literally asked my neurologist, and they said, "Ma'am, this is so false. It is not true. No one can ever swallow their tongue." The best thing to do when someone has a seizure is to turn them on their side. Unfortunately, yes, you may bite your tongue, but all you have to do is definitely just follow the seizure first aid steps and just to make sure that they're comfortable while they're actually having that seizure. But yes, that is one of the main myths as far as having a seizure. You cannot swallow your tongue.
That's right. That's right. And we don't want to have the epilepsy resource day here now on the show. But what's the advice to the average layperson if they're witnessing someone having a seizure? You know?
Yes, we always tell people to please stay calm. Please stay calm because we don't know what's going on because we're the ones having the episode, right? But you don't want get everyone else all involved and everyone is hysterical. You have to stay calm and you have to follow the seizure first aid steps and just make sure that you lay that person down and you have something comfortable to lay on their head, and definitely turn them on their side, because a lot of people don't know when they're going through a seizure, you stop breathing and you foam at the mouth. So if
Right.
you're laying on your back, you could actually choke. So that's
Yes.
why we tell people to turn them on their side just in case. But definitely time the seizure, the episode as well. And if that seizure lasts more than 5 minutes, call 911.
There you
But
go.
definitely stay calm. Make sure you have, if that person has on a tie or something around their neck, make sure you
Loosen it.
loosen that. That's right. And you just make sure that you just stay calm and make sure that they also does not harm themselves as well. Because say for instance, myself, when I have the tonic-clonic seizures, my limbs get a little bit of berserk a little bit and I could hit myself in the face. So you have to make sure you don't just press down on them hard, but definitely calmly just hold their limbs down so they won't hurt themselves or anybody around them. But definitely the best thing to do is to time the seizure. And if it lasts longer than 5 minutes, please call 911.
That's right. And don't think if that hand caught you either that they were trying to knock you out. Okay, not in control of the muscles
That's right.
temporarily. And so, yeah, the limbs will do their thing. But like she says, thank you for this great advice. Anything else before you go? Ladies and gentlemen, the 2026 Epilepsy Community Resource Day is this Saturday, right?
That
At the
is
Morehouse
correct.
College. There's this QR code on the flyer. If you scan it, ladies and gentlemen, more information to you. But anything else you want to share with us, Miss Natalie, before you go?
I believe that's it. We definitely would just love for the community to come out, whether you know someone in the epilepsy community, or even if you may not know anything about epilepsy. There will be a lot of information and resources, guest speakers, panel discussions, food, treats, and also definitely the vendor tables that will be present. A lot of educational information and resources will be provided for this great, great event on this Saturday.
A question is, can it be cured?
No, to be honest with you, now I'm not a doctor, but we're hoping for a cure. But as of now, there is no cure for epilepsy. And remember, I've been diagnosed since 1982. So that's 44 years. I've had 2 brain surgeries, 2 craniotomies, and that has helped with my seizure activity. But unfortunately, it has not cured it. So unfortunately, no.
All right. Okay, Natalie Beavers, Angels Off, Epilepsy.
Epilepsy.
There you go.
Yes.
Thank you for taking time again. It's not your first time, is it? You've been here
No,
before.
it isn't.
There you go. You've been here before. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
That's
We
right.
love you, The Wayne Show.
Welcome back. Always a pleasure. And hope that Saturday turns out really well with the attendance and participation. Thank you for all you do for epilepsy.
Okay, thank you. You all have a good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Oh, now let's get ready to play reggae music tonight. Yeah, 'cause the feeling is irie and the vibe is right now. Let's get ready to play reggae music tonight. 'Cause the feeling is irie and the vibe is right. Yeah, man, this one will be tight. Greetings, everyone. This is Glenn Washington. On Saturday, April 18th, I will be performing live on the Reggae Night concert alongside Maxi Priest, Anthony Malvo at the Lonsdale Performing Arts Theatre, 3993 Lavista Road, Tucker, Georgia. I am looking forward to seeing each and everyone come out and fulfill themselves to the max. Yeah, you know, man? Come cross, make it a date, and don't be late, because this one will truly be great. Yeah, you mean? Rastafari bless each and everyone. Looking forward to see.
That's right. Mr. Glenn Washington says, don't miss Reggae Night, April 18th. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are exactly at the bottom of the hour. We finally have a guest who is a man. Okay. All right. So um, we are happy to introduce in Zoomland Mr. Stephen Golding. Good evening and welcome, sir.
How you doing, my brother? How you doing, Wayne?
Doing fantastic, man. It's great to be here. Thank you. I know we all have busy days, man. I truly appreciate you joining us. Let me find your flyer. There it is. Oh, it landed perfect in the perfect spot. There it is. The third annual Atlanta Marcus Garvey Symposium. All right. And Mr. Stephen Golding is no stranger, ladies and gentlemen, to this whole Garvey movement. Mr. Golding is the president. As a matter of fact, one moment, let me get my information on Mr. Golding up and ready. It's a busy night. So, yeah, he is. There we go. So, is the UNIA president of the UNIA ACL Jamaica, and he is very active in the Marcus Garvey movement, the advancement of the information and work and life of Marcus Garvey. And that said, ladies and gentlemen, he's joining us on the 25th of March for a third annual Atlanta Marcus Garvey Symposium. Mr. Golding, let's begin by talking a little bit about the organization you're president of and the connection with the whole Marcus Garvey movement.
Yeah, well, the UNIA-ACL, which stands for the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, for those familiar with the history of Jamaica's first national hero, the Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey, would know that those were the organizations he founded in Jamaica in 1914, and then traveled to the United States in 1916 and incorporated and expanded there, and which by 1920 became the largest organization of African descendants ever in history. Garvey had well over 12 million members with over 1,000 divisions. The UNIA is the social fraternal arm, while the ACL is the business arm, the conglomerate under which Garvey launched such entities such as the Black Star Steamship Company, the Negro World Newspaper, the Negro Factories Corporation, Phyllis Wheatley Hotel, the grocery stores, the laundries, and so forth. So, we feel honored to be leading it in the 21st century, particularly the first division that he founded in Jamaica, in Kingston. And this is our third time hosting the Marcus Garvey Symposium in Atlanta, which we started in 2024 to commemorate Garvey's first public lecture in that city on March 25th, 1917. Coincidentally, March 25th is also the International Day of Remembrance for the victims of the Ma'afa, the African Holocaust, the victims of the quote-unquote transatlantic slave trade, victims of slavery, which was declared in 2007 and celebrate and commemorated first in 2008 by the United Nations. And it is on that day because March 25th, of course, 1807 was the day that the British Parliament abolished the slave trade, not the institution of slavery, but the slave trade in 1807, which was a fight led by Africans like Oluwado Equiano and Kwabena Kogoano and others. And Marcus Garvey knew about this because when he spoke at Big Bethel AME Church in 1917 on March 25th, of course, that being the oldest African church in the city of Atlanta, he spoke about the significance of the day and that the slave trade had been abolished on that very day 110 years before.
Right. So much tied in to the significance of this one day. Oh my gosh, that was a lot there. but a lot of very important stuff. And so, just by virtue of listening to what you just said, it is a no-brainer why Atlanta is the spot for this symposium. And it's in its third year. How is that going, looking into year 3?
Listen, we've gotten excellent support, excellent response. Big Bethel is a huge church to fill. I'm sure it can comfortably hold 700 to 800 people, if you include the balcony. But we've gotten, we've done this in partnership with the Atlanta Jamaican Association, and other entities such as the Sons of Allen and others. And I have to commend my Jamaicans for coming out and supporting from day one. This year, we really want to put the focus on the fact that Atlanta as the Black Mecca in America now, the Black city. I mean, Atlanta in the 21st century is what Harlem was to Marcus Garvey in the 20th century. We want to make this the first major Black city to recognize this International Day in a significant way. So we know the Jamaicans have come out in support of the fact of the anniversary of Garvey's visit to the city. This year, we're spreading our wings a little wider. We're calling all Black people, all African descendants, whether you were born on the continent or in the diaspora. If you're in Atlanta, we want you at Big Bethel next week, Wednesday, March 25th. Come out there by 6 p.m. We as a people have never taken the time to honor our ancestors with a day of commemoration and remembrance when it comes to the fact that we suffered through a 3-century-long Holocaust. While we see the world constantly reminding us every year about other people's Holocaust, which didn't even last a decade. As horrible as it was no comparison to what we refer to as the Great Disaster. In Swahili, the word is Maafa, right? And we want to send a clarion signal to the world, not just that Black Lives Matter, but that we remember. And so on March 25th, we're calling on Atlanta to remember the sacrifices of our ancestors. It's interesting to note that people talk about 1619 as the year when Africans were first brought to the Americas and onto the banks of the James River. But if you check your history, the first time enslaved Africans were brought to what is now the United States of America was in 1526. So this year actually marks 500 years since the first enslaved Africans were brought to America. And guess where were they brought? They were brought right to what is now the border between Georgia and South Carolina. So another fitting reason why Atlanta, being the major city in Georgia and being a Black Mecca now, should be the ones to fly the banner of the red, black, and green on this day every year, to let the world know that we honor our ancestors and that we cherish and respect the fact that because of their struggle, because of their sufferings, we are alive today, right? Not to, never to forget that we are the descendants of Africans who were trafficked and enslaved and kidnapped and taken across the Atlantic. 1526 also marks the year that chattel slavery was commercialized and the first time that ships bearing enslaved Africans left from the west coast of Africa to the Americas directly. Africans who had been brought to the Caribbean before that from as early as 1507 had been brought from ships from Europe. They had been taken from Africa to Europe and then brought to the Caribbean. Of course, these were pilot projects. But once they realized now they were going to industrialize the plantation system, chattel slavery was commercialized, and so they chose the shorter route of going straight from Africa to the Americas. And so the first slave ships arrived in Brazil. They were Portuguese ships in 1526, and Spanish ships later followed, bringing the first enslaved Africans to America and to what is now today known as the state of Georgia. So you can see, Wayne, this is a double, triple, and quadruple whammy. And it asks the question that why haven't we stopped to recognize this day in a significant way before?
I was going to ask. Yes, sir. Why? Why? And in terms of the movement of the UNIA-ACL, um, it's always the conversation that enough is not being done to recognize what Marcus Garvey stood for, and what he contributed. How is that going? As far as, do you feel like the word is getting out? Are we seeing better results? Are the schools probably more open to literature with the students on this topic?
Well, since 2009 and for the better part of the last 2 decades, as early as 2004, that's been the bulk of our work here in Jamaica, institutionalizing Garveyism into the educational curriculum. And, we asked the difficult questions. When everyone was pontificating and politicizing about the issue, we said, well, have we thought out how we're going to get this done? Because it's not enough to just say it should be taught in schools, because teachers can't teach something they themselves have never been taught. And so we took the approach of creating Garvey Studies departments in the teacher training colleges, so that the next generation of teachers could absorb the lessons of Garveyism during their training, so that they would be better prepared to deploy these teachings in the field and in the classroom. And yes, we've met with great success. In fact, this year, we have come out in a major way, pushing our early childhood curriculum for Garveyism under the theme of decolonizing the educational curriculum. And this is something we are going to be speaking on at Big Bethel next week about this time. Because we've written a book entitled Daddy Marcus Nursery Rhymes, and it is a play on Mother Goose. But when I deliver that lecture, you will see how we expose the seeds of white supremacy that are contained within these British nursery rhymes that we have been regurgitating, and teachers are still teaching up to this 21st century to children, not only in Jamaica, but in Barbados and Bahamas and across the English-speaking Caribbean, and in other places. Nursery rhymes like Baba Black Sheep. Nursery rhymes like London Bridge is falling down. And we have not even been realizing that we have been subliminally planting the seeds of white supremacy into the minds of our own children and grandchildren for generations. And then we wonder why Wayne asks on his show, well, how are we doing with Garveyism? Is it taking root? Is it getting anywhere? Well, that's the uphill battle we have to fight. Remember, Marcus said it best in 1937 when he said, we have to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. For whilst others have freed our bodies, none but ourselves can free our minds. Liberate the minds of men, and ultimately you will liberate their bodies, he also said. So he was hitting on something almost 90 years ago when he said that. And in fact, the last 5 years of his life was focused on the miseducation of the Negro, as it was called by Dr. Carter G. Woodson, who coincidentally this year we are recognizing the centennial celebration of what is now Black History Month, which began as Negro History Week in 1926. So 100 years since Marcus Garvey was here urging us to reclaim our narrative as Africans, and significant work was done by Garvey and his contemporaries, such as Joel Augustus Rogers, Arturo Schomburg, John Edward Bruce, Carter G. Woodson, and others, to reclaim the truth of African history, which had been distorted and suppressed and hidden from us for so many years, in order to keep us in a state of mental slavery. As Steve Biko said, the greatest weapon used against the oppressed is the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the minds of the oppressed. Garvey himself said it too. The greatest weapon used against the Negro is disorganization.
Yes.
And disorganization comes from a lack of knowledge and a lack of knowing yourself. Think about it. Even if we talk about nursery rhymes, you think about some of the old Jamaican sayings, your black like and them things there. You see what I'm saying, Wayne? So there is a whole mental, psychological war that we have to win in order to reclaim our minds as a people and as a race. Garvey spoke about it, but the world wasn't ready for the message when he brought it, right? Some ridiculed him, some maligned him. They set him up, they put him in prison. But what he was saying was the truth. And his dream of an African empire, his cry of Africa for the Africans, his insistence that proper Negro history be taught to our children. His sayings like history is the landmark by which we are directed into the true course of life, and education is the medium by which we can create the society that we want. These are the teachings of Jamaica's first national hero, thought to be one of the greatest thinkers of the 20th century. And so in that vein, Garveyism is alive and well and progressing, but there is a lot to overcome, because 500 years since 1526 is a long time for the minds of our people to have been manipulated, to have been brainwashed. As Minister Khalid Mohammed said, have you forgot that when we were brought here, we lost our language, our religion, our history, our culture, and by the looks of it, some of us even lost our minds.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. But not hearing you. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
man, I'm here.
So,
Can you hear me?
Good. So listen, well said. And really, I am gonna be the first one to say I appreciate this, because what drove me to really look closer at Garvey was I had to present something on it, right? Like you said, if we're gonna make good teachers, we first need to have the information, the knowledge, so we can in turn impart it. And I had no clue. You're going around your regular life, you hear a program here or there, you hear some things, but man, that he had to have scared a lot of people. He had to have scared a lot of people, and you know who I'm talking about, because what he brought then. I mean, look at where we are now, so many years later, and just think about then. And he had to have been one brave soul. He was
Visionary.
pardoned by Joe Biden. Of course, a posthumous pardoning. I think
His second
January
pardon.
19.
His second pardon. He was pardoned by Calvin Coolidge also. But that pardon happened in the form of a commutation of his sentence, with the caveat of immediate deportation. Remember, Garvey was sentenced to 5 years. He only served 2 3/4. So it was a U.S. president who pardoned him in the form of releasing him from prison early. But that's because, of course, their ultimate objective was to get him out of the country. We know this from the memos of J. Edgar Hoover at the FBI from as early as 1919.
Yes.
As soon as Garvey launched the Black Star Line, he became a target. Because part of the issue is not only can we keep them in slavery by controlling their mentality, but another way to keep them in slavery is to prevent their ability to create wealth for themselves.
Successful commerce, because we
Right.
burned down Black Wall Street, right? And
In
we flooded out.
1921.
There you
Yeah.
go. So why let them have a Black Star Liner?
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, we're speaking with Mr. Stephen Golding, president of the UNIA-ACL in Jamaica, and we're talking about the upcoming 3rd annual Marcus Garvey Annual Atlanta Symposium, commemorating
Yes.
the 109th anniversary of Marcus Garvey's first public lecture in Atlanta, and in recognition of the International Day of Remembrance of the Mahafa, which is the Black genocide that took place, right? And also, guys, lots of learning going on here tonight. Thank you, Stephen. 500 years since the first slave ship left Africa for the Americas in 1526. And we're talking also 100 years since the creation of Negro History Week in 1926. That has evolved into what we call Black History Month now, I guess.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so,
yes,
ladies
yes.
and gentlemen, Wednesday, March 25th, that's next week Wednesday, this time from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Big Bethel AME Church, 220 Auburn Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, which Mr. Golding just pointed out is the first
Yes, man. First African church in Atlanta,
First,
oldest African black church in Atlanta, and of course, Auburn Avenue is a historic
yes,
place and space. And I also want to let the people know, listen, come out because there's free parking. I know that's a challenge in Atlanta sometimes, but the church does have a large parking lot which they have made available to us and our patrons. There's also going to be a exhibition called Okumbushu, done by a very good sister of mine, Kim Poole, who was part of a reparation delegation that went to Vatican and met with the Catholic Church. And she came back after unearthing a lot of things that people are unaware of. And so she's created an exhibition around that, and that is going to be up at Big Bethel next week, Wednesday, for all to enjoy on entering the church for the symposium, which will commence before 7 o'clock. So we're giving you some time to check out the exhibition, get a good seat. And, you know, we have an array of speakers lined up. You know, I have to make special mention of Professor Akinyele Omoja from Georgia State University, who chairs the African Studies Department over there. He's going to be there. Representative Derek Jackson is preparing a proclamation regarding the day that will be presented. Of course, we have our stalwart supporters, Jamaica's own honorary consul, Dr. Elaine Bryan, the president of the Atlanta Jamaican Association, Yvette Taylor Reynolds,
yes,
will be there to speak also. You know, Julian K. Smith, who has been with us since the first one, representing the Sons of Allen, and who has been instrumental in sort of inviting various groups, particularly the reparationists in Georgia, to come and attend. And we have to send a special shout out, of course, to Brother Cy Mays and Brother Keith at Big Bethel, who've done a lot of the heavy lifting for us in getting this symposium established. And of course, to Big Bethel's new pastor, Dr. J. Augustine, our gracious host, who will be welcoming everybody to Big Bethel next Wednesday.
we are excited and looking forward to this, man. Wow, this is truly deep. And Stephen, I gotta tell you, I get the passion, I get the commitment, I get the dedication. Thank you for all you do in this regard. You know, we're living in a day and age here in the USA where they're trying to delete, let me use that word, Black history. They're trying to get rid of the books. They're trying to get rid of the posters. They're trying to get rid of the hangings, the wall hangings, the paintings. Let me use that better word instead of hangings. They're trying to get rid of everything that symbolizes what blacks have been through. And it's a sad day and age. So, which, you know, gives rise to and further relevance to the movement you spearhead and the efforts that you're putting into keeping this alive and growing. Thank you, sir. If there's nothing else, man, I really want to thank you for your time and see you next Wednesday.
Looking forward to seeing you, Wayne. And again, looking forward to seeing all your listeners come out for that. It's an event we want not only the Jamaicans to look forward to every year, but everybody. I know in America there's a lot of talk now about this distinguishing between Africans, you know, whether we were born here or we come from the Caribbean, and all of that is a distraction, right? We all come from the same place. It was just different boats, right? And different ports, right? But we are from same tribe, same family, same bloodline. It's written in our DNA. So let's come out in the spirit of Garveyism, which is embodied in our motto: one God, one aim, one destiny. We're one people of one heart, and I bring one love to the city of Atlanta. Looking forward to seeing you all next Wednesday at Big Bethel, 6 p.m., 220 Auburn Avenue, downtown Atlanta. We're going to celebrate and recognize this day every year in memory of our brave ancestors, without whom we would have no life.
I love it. And the song does say, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. All right.
Yes. Great Peter Tosh. That's
yes,
it.
sir. And on that note, thank you so much again, sir. You have a great rest of the evening. Looking forward to Wednesday. Take care.
Thanks for having me, Wayne. Thanks for your support every year.
You're welcome, man, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Look, I felt like I sat in a lecture just now that I enjoyed thoroughly. And so next Wednesday's got to be great to be a part of. So join us down there, ladies and gentlemen. Come on down to the AME Bethany Church. Let me go back to that because that's where I have the flyer. I just obtained this today, so sorry. That's where I have it. And so to show it to you, I got to jump back over on this screen here. 220 Auburn Avenue in Atlanta. Come on down, man. Join us, okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, what a night of information. What a night of everything. We had St. Hugh's talking about their luncheon. We had Sandra Taylor talking about her woman moving to greatness. We heard about epilepsy from Miss Beavers. We talked about the Tea Party with Selena and wrapped up with Mr. Golding. What a show. Great show right here on The Wayne Hall Show, where information truly meets music at Melanie Folks. Oh, wow, 500 years. My calendar is filling up tonight. What a night. Great, great lessons being taught tonight through the sharing of information. Indeed it is, and I'm glad you could appreciate it, Melanie. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing the show. Thanks for enjoying. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure as yet what we might do next week because I truly want to attend this event. It would be nice to broadcast live from there, right? But let's see. All right. But just want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in on Fit FM 96.7. Trelawney's Radio, Your Life, Your Music. Also on FitFMJA.com. Linkage Radio 101.75. Fresh FM Radio London. Hype FM, The Right FM. YouChooseRadio.com. Energy Radio 1. If you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We will be back with more music and information at the same time, same place, on same blazing stations. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this has been good. Thank you, and see you next time. All right? I feel blessed. Bless up, Natalie Sky Voice. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, man. Have a good one. Auntie P, have a good night. All right.
Your life, your music.
Fresh FM, Radio London. You are listening to